Clearly I'm a great YouTuber. Whoopsies. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is all about finances, savings, money saving tips and how you can save money, because I managed to save £10,000 within the space of 2 years on around £6 an hour. So first, a little disclaimer. Obviously people have different situations, they have different financial situations, so not everybody is going to be able to save the same amount of money, but this is just my experience and how I saved the money that I wanted to be able to afford a house when I'm older. So a little bit about me and my background so you can get a better understanding. I was in college studying photography and I left with a distinction. Then around September time I found myself a job with a lady that I've done work experience with. She offered me 16 hours a week on minimum living wage. So my job for her was essentially just doing marketing, so social media, design, email campaigns, things like that. Then 2 weeks later, I managed to find myself another job with somebody else that I'd worked with before, doing exactly the same thing, but as a different agency. But I did that as an apprentice, so I got £3.50 an hour, working 24 hours a week. So those two jobs together meant that I was working a full-time job, 35 to 40 hours a week on an average of £6 an hour. Then a year later I went up to £6.50 with one job and stayed on £7.50 for the other one, which averaged at £7 an hour. So for 2 years I was earning £6 to £7 an hour, working full-time, and I managed to save £10,000. So in this video I just want to tell you my experience, how I saved that much, and some tips that I can offer you guys to help you save money as well. So first I want to talk about a few finance tips. The first thing that you should do, like this is the biggest piece of advice that I can give, is to set up a cash ISA. So the one that I have, it's a stocks and shares ISA. So basically you put money in and they put it into stocks and shares or whatever, but you get interest on that and eventually that builds up over the years. So it started out as a help to buy ISA, but then I switched over to the cash ISA. The interest rate is about 2.5, which is really, really good. It means you're saving money by just having money in the accounts. So every month I'm getting about £2.50 just from interest, and that keeps rising the more money I put in there, and at the minute I'm putting £100 in. So definitely consider an ISA because they are literally a godsend for people who are wanting to save money. And my second tip, which not a lot of people actually do, which baffles me, but it works so well, and that's to put a percentage of your wages into your savings account at the start of the month. So for me, my first year of working, I earned about £800 a month, and I put £100 of that into my savings before I did anything else that month, which meant I had £700 for the rest of the month to spend on things like bills and going out. This tip worked really well because that money is now in your savings, you don't touch it at all, and you have to budget the rest of your money for the rest of the month. My third finance tip is to get apps like Monzo. So Monzo is really great because you can track your spending into shopping, bills, general expenses, things like that, and then you can see how much money you're spending a month. It's also great because they have this roundup scheme. So basically, let's say you spend £2.50, it'll round that to the nearest pound, so it'll go up to £3, and take that difference and putting it into a pot. So you spend £2.50, 50p goes into the savings pot, and that's it. Or let's say you spend £15.80, that'll round up to the nearest pound, so that's £16, the difference is 20p, that 20p will go into a pot. Now this is great, I love this because just last month I checked it and it was at £200, and then this month it's at £400, just because they've taken the difference and put it into a savings pot for me. So you are literally spending money but saving money at the same time, so I think it's brilliant. You don't need to do anything, so it's hassle-free. Definitely consider downloading Monzo for that. Now my final finance tip is not really a savings tip, but definitely do it. I've just done it recently, I wish I'd done it sooner, and that's to apply for a credit card. because you need to start building your credit score. It can help you get loans, it can help you get mortgages, so it's really important if you're transitioning into adulthood. So definitely apply for a credit card. and spend on it, but make sure that you can pay that money back at the end of the month or when the statement's due. My dad advised me to spend it on things like flights or expensive like technology or equipment. It's also really good for fraud because you will get your money back. So my next tips are focused around shopping and eating out. So my first tip is to shop secondhand or thrift. So this can be for clothes or books or anything like that. Buying new, of course, is great because you get to stick to trends, but old clothes tend to be cheaper. You can find them in charity shops, vintage stores, and they will be a lot less than fast fashion sites. So it's definitely a great way to go, and the money that you don't spend on expensive clothes you can put into your savings. My freaking camera's about to die. One sec, guys. Technical difficulties. So where were we? My second tip is to set a monthly budget. So like I was saying when I was talking about Monzo, and you can track your spending there, you can use that to set yourself budgets for the next month. So let's say one month you spent £200 on shopping and clothes and you thought that was too much, you could set yourself a limit for the month after to only spend £100. That way you are saving money and not spending it on unnecessary items of clothing, and you're watching what you are spending more. Now, I really like this tip because it means I'm spending less overall, and then the money that I don't spend that month, I put into savings as well. So let's say one month you have an £800 wage and you spend £700, put the £100 into savings, start blank on the new month and use your new wages to fund that month. That's a really great tip because you're saving money at the start of the month and at the end. Another tip which I have done myself is to set up a sideline business. So take a hobby and try and make some money from it. I do it on a really small scale, so I just take my clothes that I don't wear anymore and I resell them. I've also gone to a few shops and found some really nice pieces and sold those on my Depop as well. I've seen people do it with jewellery, I've seen people do it with pots, I've seen people do it with all sorts, and I think it's a really nice way to turn your hobby into a business and make a little bit of money. So my next tip is to do with eating out, and it's not my favourite thing to do, but it definitely helps you save some money here and there. So what I like to do if I go out with friends is I'll eat at home. So I'll make myself some food, and then when I go out with my friends I will just have drinks or dessert. So I'm actually meeting a friend next week. I'm going to have tea at home and then we're going to go to Spoons and have drinks, and that'll be it. So I'm saving money on the food but still having a nice time with my friend by having drinks and dessert. Now this tip is for all the working people out there. So when I was in the office and working from the office, I used to pack lunches for myself, so I wouldn't spend money on food like from Morrison's or Boots or something like that. So I'm saving money in that respect. Another thing that you can do similarly is, instead of like going to Costa or Starbucks and spending £4 on a drink, you can get those little sachets of lattes and cappuccinos, which I know aren't the same, but it helps you save money. So you can get a box of 6 for £1.50, I think. So that's 6 drinks for £1.50, whereas for 6 drinks at Costa, that's like £24. So that's a lot, there's a big difference there. So definitely consider cheaper alternatives when it comes to food and drinks, and if you can make it yourself, you will save yourself so much more money. And that is all my tips. I hope you guys liked some of them and I hope you used some of them, because this is what has helped me and helped some of my friends when I've told them about them. So definitely consider trying to use them in your everyday life and save some money. And I hope you liked this video. I know it's a little bit different from the other ones that I've done, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment and like and all that good stuff. Also comment any more ideas for YouTube videos that I could do in the future, and I will see you next time.